are the torchbearers for Jamaica. You have been given the world with opportunities to excel. You are our springboard to a bright future. Jamaica's youth. Yes, we're still recognizing Youth Month 2015, and we at the JIS are celebrating with them as they make strides in their various endeavors. Today we share with you how they're being empowered as farmers and how the learning process is reshaping their lives. I'm your host, Audrey Williams. Welcome to Jamaica Magazine.
Mr. Shirley, me get the invitation to America. But
you not a passport?
A passport is one of the most important forms of...
Here at PICA, we believe in excellent customer service. So when we wanted our customers to know about us, we approached the JIS and they delivered, and we got excellent value for money. And so we encourage you to go to the JIS, a one-stop shop for media services. They have print, radio, television, and so much more.
Good day, I'm Andrea Chisholm and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, November 11. Government has now completed wage negotiations with about 95% of the public sector for the 2015-2017 contract period. On Tuesday, the Police Federation became the latest group to accept government's 7% wage offer. The agreement will also provide rank-and-file police personnel with an increase in their housing allowances.
And we also made provisions for the identification of land that can be used to develop housing by the Federation for their members, and that the government would use its good offices to identify these lands. And in relation to the hours of work, there is a specific mention of the hours and the limits to those hours.
The transportation needs of police personnel will also be addressed.
We will ensure this calendar year that some resources go to the Ministry of National Security to deal with the special transportation needs of some of the police workers who especially have to be on the road at night and are exposed.
The Finance Ministry has put together a monitoring team to ensure that all heads of agreement between government and the different categories of public sector workers are adhered to. The Jamaica Defence Force JDF has had its fleet of protected mobility vehicles PMVs increased. 3 Thales Bushmaster PMVs were handed over to the JDF High Command last week, bringing their total numbers to 9. The Thales Bushmaster is a highly capable armored vehicle which will enable the JDF to safely deploy soldiers in any location in Jamaica, regardless of the physical threat or terrain they may encounter. The new vehicles will form the backbone of a newly developed protected mobility vehicle squadron in the JDF. A total of 12 are being procured for the force, with the latest shipment arriving on Sunday and the last scheduled to be delivered in January 2016. Ground has been broken for the development of the Center of Excellence for Cancer Care at the Cornwall Regional Hospital in Montego Bay. At last Friday's groundbreaking, former Health Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson said the hospital would house one of 2 linear accelerator Linac machines which were being acquired for radiation treatment of cancer-related illnesses. A similar center will be developed at the St. Joseph's Hospital in St. Andrew, where the other Linac machine will be placed.
Equipment for each site includes 1 linear accelerator machine, 1 CT simulator, 1 CR mobile X-ray unit, and 1 brachytherapy machine, with treatment planning system and related quality assurance equipment. The Linacs are a major part of this mix, and they will revolutionize the way we deliver radiation therapy services in the public health sector.
The project is being funded at a cost of $15 million. Financing support is being provided by the National Health Fund, the Culture, Health, Arts, Sports and Education Chase Fund, and the Tourism Enhancement Fund. The new Road Traffic Act piloted in the lower house by Minister Dr. Maurice Guy is to go before the Senate. The new piece of legislation was passed in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. It will replace the old act which was promulgated in 1938. The updated Road Traffic Act establishes the Island Traffic Authority as the licensing authority for the regulation and control of traffic on Jamaican roads. It also creates new categories of driver's licenses and connected matters, such as the revocation of certificates of fitness and the granting and refusal of learner's permits and driver's licenses.
The need now, Mr. Speaker, to ensure that we have something that is modern, addresses some of the issues that we have, some of the issues that have been plaguing us on the road, even as it relates to the previous debate that just took place, and to bring this act into the 21st century.
The Jamaica Customs Agency's Queen's Warehouse on Spanish Town Road in Kingston is closed until further notice. Activities at the warehouse were suspended due to the possible release of hazardous material in a section of the facility on Monday. In a statement, the Jamaica Customs Agency said the relevant authorities, such as the Ministry of Health, the Jamaica Fire Brigade, and the National Environment and Planning Agency, responded to the incident and were continuing further assessment at the site. And finally, a slew of opportunities will be offered to the business community and budding entrepreneurs during the upcoming Global Entrepreneurship Week. The week will be observed from November 16 to 21 under the theme Going for Growth. The observation is being organized by the Jamaica Business Development Corporation. Activities will include business clinics, workshops, public forum, lectures and conferences, all being hosted by noted business people. The activities are to be held in Kingston, Mandeville, Ocho Rios, Savannah Lamar and Montego Bay. And that's it for JIS News Today. Amandra Chisholm, thank you for watching.
Guns are a significant problem in Jamaica, and that is why we have to move to do something about it. It is in this context that I am now launching a special initiative of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Get the Guns campaign. You, the public, can keep illegal guns out of your communities by using all means to inform the police as to how illegal guns are stored and moved within the communities.
Download and use the Stay Alert app from the Google Play Store. Call 119-311-811 or the nearest police station.
Trivia time! Just kidding. But here's a fact worth noting. Jamaica was the first commercial producer of bananas in the Western Hemisphere. Good one, right? Well, the government is once again reviving and securing the output of this very important industry, as well as the employment prospects of the young people who are committed to productivity through agriculture.
Several targeted initiatives within the agriculture sector this fiscal year have been helping to drive economic growth through increased productivity. Initiatives like the rollout of agri-parks, infrastructure development, training of farmers and assistance with inputs. These have led to a steady supply of produce locally and for the export market. Continuing on those initiatives, in May, the Agriculture Ministry committed $250 million to the Banana Export Expansion Program, with funding support from the European Union. The project, which will come on stream in the upcoming fiscal year, will facilitate the establishment of 2 additional agri-parks for growing banana. These are Sevens River and Sunderland in St. James. The funding will be used to install irrigation infrastructure and improve farm roads. In the meantime, about 19 farmers from St. Mary, Portland, and St. Catherine have received material inputs to carry out production on their fields. Global Good Agricultural Practices Global Gap infrastructures have been installed on each farm, as well as the issuing of Fair Trade Labeling Organization's FLO certification. This to help the farms get export certified and is being implemented by the Banana Board. As part of the government's strategic priority of sourcing more employment avenues for Jamaicans, the Ebony Park Heart Academy in Clarendon has been training and putting young persons to work.
They are coming out with the foundation skills to either start their own businesses or work for someone. And what we have seen is that there's a high demand for our agro-processing trainees. By the factories, by the firms, through self-employment, they are being employed.
The agro-processing plant is one that we're quite proud of. It's actually renowned, and it offers the opportunity for our processors in the making to do processing, packaging, labeling. We add a lot of value by taking them on industry attachments, industry exposure, and we bring experts in also to share what it is that is taking place in the agro-processing field. That helps to build with the employability skills as well as real work opportunities. So our plant is also used by other entities to do packaging for their own private use. And one thing that we tie in is that these employers use some of our trainees to be a part of their employee base. But we also take our trainees out to different organizations and processing entities to see what it is that they do. So it helps to ignite that entrepreneur inside of them, as well as help with economic development for that company. And what is important to add is that all our trainees, when they're completed, are able to walk into a job. And by that I mean they have learned so much by the hands-on that they're able to go into any facility, any processing plant, and lead a line or be on a line. We pride ourselves in a range of at least 85% of those who complete their training are able to gain meaningful employment in their skill area.
These trainees are also exposed to international certification from the National Council on Technical and Vocational Education and Training, NCT-VET, which provides employment opportunity overseas.
We have gotten calls, visits from Bahamas, from the Cayman Islands, from Canada, and other places in the world seeking employees. The farm work program too, you will realize, has a lot of persons that have passed through Ebony Park that have been trained and certified to international standards. And because of that, they find themselves in the top tier of persons employers are looking for to take overseas.
The Agriculture Ministry, ensuring the employability of persons within the sector through training and positioning the banana industry to drive economic growth through export.
In the next feature, we look at how a multi-partnership initiative is empowering the youth by advancing their skills, allowing them to experiment with new tools and technologies while simultaneously building their capacity as change makers.
Instead of a woman walk up and down, I can't just know, say, yeah, wake up in the morning, I go to school, go and do something.
We learned from some basic English and maths.
It's a wonderful experience dealing with the student from the inner city.
Positive reviews from participants in a program to boost literacy, numeracy, and vocational skills. It's part of efforts to achieve strategic priority number 4 on government's agenda, human capital development, building the capacity of individuals so they can effectively contribute to the nation's growth. The Ministry of National Security through the Citizen Security and the Justice Program CSJP has been working with non-government organization Operation Friendship as well as the Jamaica Foundation for Lifelong Learning JFLL to offer remedial training to persons in vulnerable communities. CSJP, which targets unattached youth in volatile communities, recruits the youngsters. Operation Friendship facilitates the training at its institution, and JFLL provides the math and English teachers.
To deliver a 10-month pre-vocational program, which was aimed at 1, improving literacy levels, as well as their social skills with minimal exposure to general construction.
Using aspects of the constant practicing teaching method, classwork, assignments, tests, and projects, students were prepared for the hard trust entrance exam. If successful, they would move on to CSJP's vocational program, which provides advanced skills training at Heart Trust NTA.
Okay, today we're going to be talking about synonyms. Have you ever heard the word synonyms before?
Kind and generous.
Vacant, empty.
Messy and dirty.
You had to work from the basic letter sounds and stuff onto the other areas of literacy. It was my first time teaching adults, so the transition was a bit difficult, but I mean, I got into it. The guys made me feel comfortable, and so it has been good.
Class, what are we going to do today?
Change decimal to percentage.
What are we going to do?
Change decimal to percentage.
It's fun when teacher teach about percentage and them thing, and teaching a little tricky way to do it.
Students are interested in learning, right, and they try their best to maintain discipline and stuff like that.
And Mr. White is a living testament to what can be achieved if one is disciplined. Having been a participant in the CSJP, he completed his studies in primary education at Jamaica University and is now empowering other young people. Administrators of the CSJP's pre-vocational training program worked tirelessly to educate and train the youngsters as they acted on strategic priority number 4 on government's list.
Many of them felt very stigmatized, and many of them had a low self-esteem, which resulted from the fact that they were unable to read at levels that they should.
But after intense work, a shocking revelation. 22 of the 25 students who took the Heart Trust entrance exams were successful, paving the way for them to move on to higher heights.
I feel overwhelmed. I say yes. I achieve what I come for. That was the aim, to pass the test. And I say yes, I did it.
I went to school from 2005 and I doesn't take up a book at home. And this program made me take up book and show interest of doing some work.
I think the success can be attributed to the motivation, to the quality of the instructors that we had, to the fact that the youngsters had to do the work which was necessary. We were able to come up with a new design for the syllabus, which really sort of focused on what had to be done in order to get them through the exams.
We are going to a next level, construction, getting a skill.
But the participants already have a rudimentary understanding of general construction, which will give them an edge when they begin CSJP's vocational program, Advanced Skills Training at Heart Trust NTA.
It teach me like to hold a hammer the right way.
You don't hold the hammer down in the neck, you hold the hammer at the end and you swing your wrists.
Well, my mindset is to inform other young men outside, in and outside the community, just to show that we get off the road and can come down at Operation Friendship and get it further.
I'm that star up in the sky, I'm that mountain peak up high. Hey, I made it, I'm the world's greatest.
To celebrate the achievement of the youngsters, a graduation ceremony was held at the offices of the JFLL. The results of a survey, the Learner Performance Feedback, indicated that the program did much more than help participants pass the Heart Trust entrance exam.
87% indicated that their team building skills have improved. Excellent. 91%, want to listen to this, 91% indicated that their conflict management skills have improved.
I'm that star up in the sky, I'm that mountain peak up high. Hey, I made it.
You can't really look at persons from the inner city and say they're not worth it or they can't make it. If you as a teacher just do what you have to do, teach them, love them, just talk to them about reality and encourage them.
Come to Operation Friendship. We are willing, we are able, we have the manpower, we have the space, and we have the motivation to help wherever it is possible.
And I think that many of them see it now as a launching pad for greater things to do with their future.
So CSJP, Operation Friendship, and JFLL have been working together to achieve government's strategic priority of human capital development, improving numeracy and literacy levels of unattached youth while developing their social and vocational skills, building their capacity to make them employable and marketable so they can contribute to national development.
World's greatest. I'm that little bit of hope when my back's against.
See Marcia husband, him a one of the biggest juggies.
Wait, somebody a scream.
Lord, them a bundle price to work and never pay the extortion money.
Who them man there? How would them a do with Jackie little daughter?
It's serious times. Speak up for justice and keep your eyes open. When you hear about any crime, report it. Silence brings violence.
A message from the Ministry of National Security.
This year's Youth Month activities are being observed under the theme #IamConnected. Now, there is no doubt that we are living amongst the most tech-savvy generation ever. Young people are increasingly comfortable communicating, forming relationships, and connecting via the internet using all forms of technological devices. But are you using it in ways that, 1, will help you to take advantage of all available opportunities? 2, improve your skills and competencies. And 3, realize your dreams and your passions. Listen to me, young people. You have the opportunity to use technology to chart your learning experiences. This approach can take you beyond the basic application of tools to creative exploration, experimentation, and innovation. You have the power in your hand to shape business and entrepreneurial ideas that will in turn positively affect your family and the community. And importantly, because you're connected, the world is your marketplace. You must be the agent of change. You are empowered to create change in your little corner of the globe. You have been molded to be a role model. So stay connected and get on board to match ideas, energies, and creativity with the enabling power of global technologies.
You know, a whole heap of youth smoke weed and say, no, for real, no. But you have some friends who smoke weed in the gully behind school.
Well, I mean.
Yeah, man. And when graduation time come, my youth, none of them not graduate. One of them ain't even gone.
The only high grade I want is on my C-sec.
I can never forget the adage, reading maketh a full man. Having the ability to read creates self-confidence. The Schoolfield Primary and Infant School is witnessing this transformation in their students as a result of the success of their literacy program.
Ashana, your word for today is abundant.
Abundant. A-B-U-N-D-A-N-T.
Toxic. At number 12, write the word toxic.
Mrs. Lewis from Schoolfield. This is a lady. She's benefited from leadership training, yes, and she has brought her school in 18 months at grade 4, that critical level, from what? 33% mastery to 78% mastery. Mrs. Prim Lewis.
This is the Schoolfield Primary and Infant School far in the hills of St. Elizabeth. And this institution has seen a transformation in its literacy program, receiving high commendation from the Education Ministry. So let's step within its walls to find out what they have been doing to achieve this. The aptly named Schoolfield has now become a model institution for the Education Ministry by using simple yet effective techniques to increase literacy among students.
One of the first things I did in coming to the school was to focus on data as part of my NCL program. And so after we looked at the data, we saw that the literacy results was actually affecting the grade 6 the achievement test. And basically, we have a lot of problems in different academic areas, but our idea was if you fix the literacy, then we're thinking that more things will fall in place.
For every week you come here, you look forward to seeing Principal what again? Top speller. But I wonder if I have any top spellers this week. Do I? Yes, yes. Okay. Upwards of 21 books.
Wow, 21 books in 1 month? That's impressive. But for students at the institution, that's the norm. One popular strategy that has been effective is the incentivized top reader and top speller program.
Your word is population.
Population. They give we some list of words to study, and when we study them, we come back on a Friday, we get the words, and if you got the highest in your class, you'll be top speller. I've been a top speller from grade 4.
The program has gained much support from surrounding businesses in the area, which sponsor prizes of books and stationeries each month.
This is a pretty day. Ben said, we must go and play. I have been improved by reading. My teacher have helped me a lot.
I feel proud and I feel happy so that him pick up and make greater.
One day, Franklin took Harriet outside to play. He put Harriet in her swing. He held her hand as she went down the slide, but he didn't see the puddle at the bottom. When I came down here, I couldn't read. And my grandmother, Mrs. Dennis, told me to try, and I feel proud to be a top reader.
These once slow readers have seen a turnaround with the help of a literacy specialist, otherwise called a reading coach, who has been assigned to the school by the Ministry of Education. The ministry has these coaches assigned to selected schools across the island.
What I do is to pull those slow learners from the regular class system, where I pull them based on their reading levels and their ability. When I first came, I did the IDRI, that's the Informal Diagnostic Reading Inventory, where I diagnosed to see the level that they're reading at. I went on the internet where we use the Jollyphonics. We pull the students, we have them using the videos and the games, and they're able to learn the letter sounds, they're able to see the letters, and so on, and we use a lot of strategies.
Among the other strategies employed by the school's administration is providing more reading material, including the popular Children's Own newspaper. Also, grade 4 students have extra classes during the week and on the weekend. To ensure students come out to the early morning classes, a breakfast program is in place. It's run in partnership with the Education Ministry and gets private sector support. The school's strategies have been happily welcomed by the parents.
When he started grade 1, he couldn't write, couldn't spell his name, couldn't write letters, he couldn't do anything at all. He spell his name, couldn't do anything at all. Now he can write properly and he can spell words now.
The transformation is ongoing, it's a process, and it's in progress.
The point we're making is that with solid leadership and commitment and fixity of purpose, we are well on the way to transforming the education system.
While the youth might have a monopoly on technology, here at the JIS we stay connected to everyone, the old, the young, and of course the in-between. Regardless of where you may fall, I invite you to keep exploring the link you have with us through our website, YouTube channel, and our Twitter and Facebook pages. And to keep us close at hand, the JIS News app is available for download on your smartphone. That's it for the show for today. Join Adrian Atkinson tomorrow, wherever you get the chance to watch Jamaica Magazine. I'm Audrey Williams. Remember, we're responsible for inspiring the next generation, for ensuring that they never give up or give in. Bless you.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.